Okay, it is 7:48. I'm 3 minutes late. We'll go ahead and get started with the August meeting of Joining Forces for Treasure Valley Veterans. And we are at the Veterans Services Center at Boise State University. And I was here several years ago when they first opened, and I'm excited to be here today. I can't wait to take a tour because I can see that they've expanded a lot and they've got a wonderful staff here and things. So looking forward to that. We've got quite a few people in the room with us here, if everybody wants to wave at our folks at home. And glad to have everybody join us. We are going to start off with Lieutenant Kimberly King. She is with the Navy. I'll let her introduce herself more fully. And she's going to talk about Boise Navy Week, which is coming up next week. And we're very excited to have the Navy in Boise and to have them show off their branch of service. Lieutenant King?
Hi, yes, good morning, everyone. And hello from Memphis, Tennessee this morning. I'm Lieutenant Kimberly King, as they mentioned, and we're coming to Boise the week of August the 23rd through the 29th for Boise Navy Week. And we're very excited. We have a lot of really great assets that are going to be coming to the area. Just to give everyone a brief background on me and who I am, I commissioned out of the University of Memphis. They have a Navy ROTC program here, and was blessed to have that opportunity to join the world's finest naval force as a surface warfare officer, and had my first and second division officer tours on board the USS Iwo Jima out of Mayport, Florida, which is where I actually hail from, out of Ocala, Florida, so not too far from there. And was able to serve as their Combat Information Center officer as well as their fire control officer there prior to switching over or lateral transferring to a public affairs officer, which is now where I serve at the Navy Office of Community Outreach. And that's who puts on these Navy Weeks for cities all across the country. And so we are very excited to be bringing the Navy to Boise. We started the Navy Week program in 2005, and just kind of as a brief background to that, there was a Gallup poll done. An admiral at some point kind of asked the question, what do the American people think about the Navy? Where do they rank us in level of importance, or, you know, in the forefront of their mind of what is the Navy? What do we do? Are we important to just the average American? And it was like, you know, Marine Corps, Army, Air Force, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. I'm just kidding. But the Navy was not at the top of that list. And so specifically that poll showed that places on the coast were very aware of the Navy. Obviously, we have large presences there. We have ships, we have ports and naval vessels all throughout the coast of our nation. But as we started moving inland, that knowledge got less just because there is not as much of a presence in those areas. And that is when the Navy Week program was born, and designed to bring the Navy from those coasts to places like Boise that are a little bit more inland, that don't necessarily see us, don't always get to understand what we do or reap always the direct benefits of the Navy being in your area, much like y'all do with the Air National Guard, the Air Force locally, and Army scattered throughout the country. And just to be able to show off our sailors, their excellent expertise, their love for this country, and their willingness to serve the people like those in Boise. So the Navy obviously has a mission of protecting the free and openness of the seas. We have currently 296 ships in service, 68 submarines in service, and about 350,000 sailors all over the world who are standing the watch to protect that freedom and to protect the American people that they have sworn to serve. The state of Idaho specifically when it comes to commerce and exports, really reaps that benefit with the $3.4 billion of exports that Idaho outputs every single year. And so in that way, the Navy is very specifically keeping watch over Idaho's ability to be able to continue to practice that export and those trades. So like I said, Boise Navy Week will be happening August the 23rd through the 29th. We kind of tag on to what we call an anchor event, which I think is meant to be a little bit of a pun, but our anchor event for Boise Navy Week is the Western Idaho State Fair. And that is where we'll have a bunch of booths, some mobile engagement vehicles where people will be able to go and put on a virtual reality hat and do like a Navy SEAL mission. We have people coming from all over the country to include folks from the ceremonial guard. Those are the folks who do drill and throw all of the guns. We have people from the Navy leapfrogs who will be coming. That's our parachute demonstration team. They'll be coming and doing a few jumps into the Western Idaho State Fair. They're also going to be doing a jump with the mayor into Ann Morrison Park on the Friday of the Navy Week. We also have sailors from the USS Boise and the USS Idaho coming into town. So both of your namesake vessels will be there, and you'll have the opportunity to be able to shake their hands. And one specific event that I did want to just advertise here and then also let everyone know about, we are doing a Veterans Recognition event at Jack's Urban Meeting Place in downtown Boise. I'm sure y'all are all aware of it. I was able to visit it last week, and it's an awesome location. And we're putting that event on Tuesday of the Navy Week, August the 24th, from 1100 to 1400. And for those of you who've converted into civilians already, that's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. There will be lunch served. We have a senior executive, Rear Admiral Beal. He'll be with us, be able to say some words, shake your hands. The Navy band will be there to perform. We have their whole rock band that's going to be coming to do that performance, and you are all more than welcome to come to that event, as well as other events that are happening during Navy Week throughout the city, and then also at the Western Idaho State Fair. Thank you guys so much for offering me the opportunity to come speak with you and let you know a little bit about Navy Week. You'll have my contact information, I'm pretty sure, through our partner that is in the city, which is Idaho Atlas. They're a marketing and PR firm that we use there. And if anyone has any questions, I'll stand by. But other than that, thank you so much and have a great rest of your meeting.
Great. Does anybody have any questions for Lieutenant King?
What was the dates again?
What are the dates again for Navy Week?
Absolutely. The dates are August the 23rd through the 29th.
Okay. And then the event at Jump's going to be on Tuesday, the 24th.
Yes,
ma'am. I'll be out there. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. And we have a few Navy people in here. Paul says, go Navy, and Paul Bridle. And we appreciate you joining us, and we'll look forward to being out there that week. Thank you for being here. Okay, so we are at the Veteran Services Center at Boise State University, and I'll have the staff come up and introduce themselves, and they've got a really good venue here for veterans to come, and I'm just at a loss for words this morning, excuse me.
It's that good.
I know, it's that good. I'm speechless. So go ahead and come up and introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about the Boise State Veteran Services Center.
So I guess I face this way.
Yeah, so you can face the camera here.
I'm not shy. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name's Roshana. I'm an education specialist with the Veteran Student Support Services Program. Pretty new program. Our director, Eloterio, wanted to be here today. Unfortunately, he's had to step away just for today, but he is anxious to see all of you in person. We want to welcome everyone. Please feel free to take a tour today, those of you who are here, and any of you who are virtual, as soon as you're ready, stop in. We're all happy to visit with you and show you our great space. So.
Christy's gonna hide back there. I'm Richard Renz. I'm one of 2 SCOs, school certifying official here at Boise State. I'm retired Navy, so we for that.
Go Navy!
I'm Christy Hoke. I'm the other SCO, and I'm Air Force.
Go Air Force!
What we do at the school is we make sure that the students have support for their GI Bill and get paid, which is always, people's money is very important to them. So either they love us or they hate us. That's it.
Hi, I'm Becky Anderson. I'm the new admin assistant, so I'll be just helping all around with whatever the needs are for everyone. So, yeah.
And I'm Jorge. I'm Rashonda's Robin to her Batman. I'm here to help academically advise all the students coming through prior Marine Corps, and went to Boise State. So I have an insight on both sides, just how to help students get through their academic journey.
There
you go.
Refreshments and the swag.
Okay, and for those that are here, we've got water, refreshments. Just go ahead and help yourself to anything. We've got some swag back here. So, how many, what percentage of our BSU population are veterans? Do you know?
1,400.
Okay, so we've got 1,400 veterans that attend Boise State University. Do you have a demographic on that as far as, are they younger? Are they returning after a career?
It's the range. I mean, we have such a diverse range of students that are veterans here. In fact, that Boise State, some of the students started a club for veteran student association.
You might come up here so everybody can hear you.
So there's also a student club called the VSA. It's a Veteran Student Association. It's an 80-20 association, means staff and faculty can also join, as long as we have an 80% student, 20% staff and faculty. Because there's such a diverse population, it's going to give a better voice to student veterans on campus.
Great.
And if you go under Boise State clubs, you'll find it there, and there's some information. It's new, so you have to kind of be patient, but there will be videos and things like that, and gatherings as such.
Hey, does anybody have any questions about the Student Services Center here?
Does that include dependents as well that are using the GI Bill? Are they,
No.
Okay, so these are just straight veterans.
DD 214,
Okay, perfect.
honorable, general discharge.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's great. And the Student Service Center is located on the main level of the Lincoln parking garage, very accessible. Can park at the garage and then just enter from the parking garage into the Student Center. They've got pool tables here. It's a good place to gather to study. They've got just a really nice area here. So feel free to come down anytime and check it out. Is there anything else you'd like to spotlight about?
Well, the Veteran Services Center, so dependents can't join the club, but we do welcome all dependents, National Guard, reservists, active duty members, veterans. Everyone is welcome here at our center.
Okay.
A couple of things we have, so everything we have, all of those people have access to. The Veteran Student Support Services program that Jorge and I work for is fairly new. We're a TRIO grant. And we do, our job is to help students navigate the barriers at the university. So veterans who are here, even if they've been here or they're just coming here. So we encourage everyone to apply for our program because even if we can't serve them for some reason, we can find someone who can't. So we do have, he's not available this morning, we do have a member of the vocational rehabilitation, the Vet Success on Campus program. He actually works here in our office, so we have some really great resources at our fingertips. Yeah.
And that would be Sean Burlisle. I think everybody who has been in the veteran community for any amount of time knows Sean, and he does a great job. And he is stationed here, so it makes it very convenient for students to access Sean and things. Okay.
We want everyone to know they're very welcome. We know that the shutdown has been difficult for everyone, but as we reopened, this space, we want to be a very welcoming and safe space for all veterans, dependents, and reservists, active duty members. And I'm channeling our director right now because when he speaks, that's what he says. So, so please send people to us if there's a resource that you know that someone needs. Even if we don't have it, our goal is to find it. So, which is why we appreciate all of you here too. So, you're welcome and thank you.
One thing that I think our program is changing is that students are coming in here, finding out that we are a source of resources for them, so that they can start their academic journey and stay. And hopefully we can help them through their struggles through getting transition into academics and then in their future careers.
Well, and I think going back to school for anybody or going to school for the first time can be a little overwhelming, and it's nice to have this where the veterans can come and again to have that camaraderie and things. So we appreciate you guys being here. Now, is this funded by the university or is this a grant funded program?
The answer is yes. So the VSSS is a TRIO grant. So it's actually a 5-year refundable grant. And then the Veteran Services Center the university is committed to us. So we have university funding that funds the whole everything. The whole everything. Yes, I have words this morning too. So while we are a grant, interestingly enough, our grant, there are only 16 in the nation. Idaho, we're the only one in Idaho for the VSSS program. They're a highly competitive grant. And so the rest of our services, though, BSU is absolutely committed. We have a dedicated source with the university for our center.
Okay. And how long has the center been open? I remember when it opened, but not what year.
I don't know, actually.
I don't know. We're also less than 2 years here. Actually, many of us less than a year in the full-time professional staff. So okay. We'll get that answer.
Sounds good. Well, I think it's been within the last 5 years. I know I was still at Boise Police Department when it opened, and I've been at IDBS now for 3 years. So about that amount of time. So any other questions for anybody at home have any questions for our BSU staff? Okay. I'd like to introduce Michael Duke. He is with the VA, and he's, I want to say Voc Rehab. It's not Voc Rehab anymore. What is the new title?
I'm the division chief of the Veteran Readiness and Employment Program, which is the new title of Voc Rehab.
Okay, so Veterans Readiness and Employment. So if you're familiar with Voc Rehab, they've rebranded, same excellent services and things, but do you want to tell us a little bit about what you can offer? And
I'm going to take my mask off.
Okay.
I'm fully vaccinated.
And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and speak loud so everybody can hear you?
So my name is Mike Duke. I am prior Marine Corps. I've been with the VA for over 10 years. This is my 5th regional office. So I started in the Waco region, San Diego. I was an IDES counselor at the Naval hospital. So I worked with transition. I was the assistant division chief in Oakland. And then here's a division chief in Boise, and I also act as a division chief in Salt Lake for a while. So we have rebranded. We're the same program, the Veteran Readiness and Employment Program. So our main goal is to help veterans with service-connected disabilities that kind of meet our entitlement criteria return to work. That is our main goal. So we're always going to put the vocational goal first, and then we kind of work backwards from there. Obviously, we can do education, training. We pay 100% of tuition. We pay 100% of books, supplies, and we also match Chapter 33 stipend if they are, in fact, entitled to Chapter 33 stipend. If not, then they kind of resort back to ours, but 99% of the veterans do get the full 33 stipend. We also do independent living, so if we have veterans who maybe it's not feasible for them to go to work, we can assist them. We team up with Loan Guarantee for HISA grants. VRNE now has our own grant that we can help to modify, housing for those that qualify for it. And we also have something that's really kind of cool is that it's a new program in that we can kind of return entitlement back to veterans Chapter 33. So the courts kind of ruled that VRNE and education are two separate programs, which I fully agree with. And so if you have a veteran who's utilizing Chapter 33 and they want to switch over to us, which we highly recommend, let's get them to a point of employability, there's a chance that we may be able to actually give them all their Chapter 33 entitlement back, and then we can kind of take them to that point of employability. Now, if they want to go on and get advanced education that maybe they don't need, then they can resort back to their Chapter 33. So it's a new program. Also, when they start with us, they don't utilize any of their post 9/11 benefits anymore. So we really encourage the vets to come to us first. Let's kind of get them career focused. Let's get them to that point of employability. It's not going to affect their educational benefit. And then, either they're going to go get jobs, which is great, or they can go ahead and use their post 9/11 at some other time. They're going to retain all 36 months. It's a brand new program. So if you do send vets to us, bear with us while we work it out. We're still kind of trying to figure it out. VRNE Service, which is our business line, is equally trying to figure it out. So it's a bit of a mess, but we are working through it, and it's a great benefit for vets, and definitely want to encourage them to come to us. All vets are going to have a case manager, a rehab counselor. All rehab counselors have master's degrees. Sean actually has his doctorate. So, they're going to be in good hands, and we can provide that counseling and guidance. We stay with them through the life of their case. They're finishing their training isn't really our goal. It's actually getting that job, or at least that point of suitable employment, and then they can always come in and say, hey, we want to go do something else, which is fine. We can figure that out. In terms of I know Kathy, who's our director at Boise, wanted also me to talk about our public contact is still open. Masks are a requirement to enter the Boise regional office, actually anywhere on the Boise campus now. So that had gotten laxed, and now with the Delta variant, it's back. But our public contact's open. VRNE, we are also open. One time we were having 2 counselors in the office. We did resort to 1, again, with the Delta variant. We're maximizing telework at the guidance of our central office. But however, we're open, so veterans are coming to you, needing help with their compensation claims, needing advice or guidance, you can do that. Obviously, IDVS is open, DAV is open, so we're open for business. You just got to wear one of these when you walk in now. Questions, comments, anything for me?
Nope. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I use book rehab through my academic journey, and having a counselor there who checks on you, make sure you're having all the research you need as well from the VA, it's crucial for success, I feel. And because if you use your post 9/11, which is great, Voc Rehab provides that point of contact here that is assigned to you, and I felt that helped me tremendously, other than the rest of the benefits.
I feel one of the best services we provide is that unbiased I won't say opinion, but professional opinion on the direction of a vocational goal for a lot of vets. And, you know, a lot of us, we all have ideas of what we want to do. And our main goal is making sure that's not going to adversely affect a veteran's disabilities. And, you know, great example, and my fellow Marines, you'll back me up with that. For whatever reason, we get out, we all want to be cops. I know, right? I mean, I don't know how many of my friends are wannabe cops or are cops, but they have pretty significant mental health issues that may not be the best occupation for them. And so we're going to have that reality-based counseling session with them and try to help them understand why maybe that's not the best idea, but look into other routes that they can do to maybe give back or have that type of occupation. So we really do that same thing. A lot of guys in the air wing, they get out, they want to be mechanics or they want to do something like that, but maybe they have back issues, hip issues, knee issues. So again, we want to have that conversation with them is how can we maybe keep you in that field but not do something that's going to absolutely destroy you. And so that's probably, I would argue, one of the best benefits we provide. I think sometimes we all need a little reality check, and that's a big service that we do.
Great. Go ahead, Jim.
A question, everybody's, ramped up for post 9/11 people, but for us non-post 9/11 people, are we just out the door or?
Not necessarily, no. So we don't have an age requirement, anything like that. Again, our big thing is returning to work. So we're not an education program. So if a vet comes to us and they just want to go to school because it's been a lifelong goal for them to get, a bachelor's degree, we're not that program. But if someone needs to transition into a different job, if someone's lost their job and now they need help with employment, they're unemployed, if their job's adversely affecting their disabilities, then they can certainly come to us and we can, again, that's not an issue for us, but it is employment based. So we do get a lot of older vets that want to come in, they just want to finish their education, and that's not appropriate. That's just not what we're designed to do. So we do try to get them other resources to help them with that, but but if they come to us and hey, I still want to work and this is kind of what I want to do or this is where I'm at, then we can certainly look at that.
Okay.
And what percentage of disability do they need to have to utilize your services?
So in order to apply, you have to have at least 10%. But we have to see that the service-connected disability creates what we call vocational impediment, so an impediment to employment. So if someone has 10% for tinnitus, for example, we have to see how is that creating an issue for you to either obtain employment or prepare for employment or maintain your employment. So it's not so much someone can say, well, I'm 100% disabled, but maybe they have a graduate degree. At which case, we're going to have that question. Maybe we just help them with employment services, which is something they can do. Or if they know how to get jobs, they just want more education. Again, that may not be. So it's 10% to apply, and then we're going to assess disabilities, functional limitations, and then create an impediment, and then have you overcome that either with suitable employment or with education or some sort of training that would equal suitable employment.
I honestly, after I found out about Voc Rehab, more about it and things, I think it's probably one of the most underutilized programs in the veteran system. I really do.
I'm a product of it, and I know when I got the Marines, I was a hot mess. So I had some great counselors, and it's a great program. I agree. I think it's the best program the VBA has to offer, for sure.
That's great. How can people contact you? What's the phone number for?
So email is best. For me, it's Michael, Michael .duke@va.gov. So michael.duke@va.gov. You can also reach out to Sean Berlisle. He's a great resource, and or if you have people, just have them apply. They can apply at va.gov, I believe is the website now. E-benefits went away, so they can just apply at va.gov and
okay.
We'll
and
go from there.
I'll send out their contact information so that we have that and things. But I definitely encourage everyone, especially if you're looking for employment and you have a disability rating at all, which 10% is the minimum for the program. But if you have a disability rating, it's it would be 10% or higher anyway with the VA. But to look into it, and like Michael said, they will guide you if their program's not appropriate. They'll guide you other directions. But if you've ever met Sean, he's one of my favorite people. I've worked with Michael a lot, and he's great to work with too. So it's just a very good environment to have that conversation. They will be frank with you, but they'll lead you in the right direction. So yeah, go ahead.
The category of discharge, does that matter what type of services? So
Yeah, it's the same for post 9/11 as for both rehab. So if you have a dishonorable,
you guys,
I mean, it's kind of that's VA wide pretty much. Yeah.
okay, just want to clarify.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Anybody at home have any questions? Okay. Let's see. Bill Fackler, Gowan Field, do you have anything?
We are going to be, I manage a retiree list for all the people that are retired from the Guard, either Air or Army. And we're going to start now sending out newsletters with anything that's important to those guys. So if you guys want to share anything with Mitzi that you'd like for me to push out to our retirees, I would gladly do that in our newsletters. So,
okay. Yeah, I think a lot of you, well, I would say the majority of you with joining forces, if your organization has any type of newsletter, it's interesting because I'm on everybody's list, and I'll send all this stuff out, and then all of a sudden I see it popping up on Facebook, and I see it coming out in the newsletter and things. And so if you have something, send it to me. I'll send it out to the group. We've got 600 people on the email list now, so it'll get out to a wide range. And you know that everybody sends it probably to at least one other person, maybe a whole group of people in their organization and things. So if you have any thing you want to get out to National Guard retirees, Bill would be the person to contact there. So Janelle with TRIO, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about TRIO?
Sure thing. My name is Janelle Kelly. I know that Holly and Jennifer have come here in the past, I believe. But hello, I'm here too. So I am the director of the TRIO Educational Opportunity Center. That is another TRIO grant. I think we have 3 represented here because Mario's on the line. So yeah, so we are actually with U of I. But, so sorry, but we are just on the other side of the river, and we serve just the general adult population 19 and up within Ada and Canyon County, and we just help people get into college. So that's really our main goal. So where a lot of the services here at BSU, you know, they generally focus around an existing student. We are kind of that pre-college access. So those people that, you know, what program should we look at? What how do you fill out the FAFSA? How do you basically do anything related to getting back into school? You know, so we are basically that resource to help people and actually fill out paperwork and help compare programs and talk about what their options are. So that's kind of where we come in. And so we are, let's see, you had mentioned the 5-year grant for you, and we are actually just wrapping up our 5 years at the end of the month. You would think we would know if we have funding for September 1, but we haven't heard yet from the Department of Education.
Oh my goodness.
So that's per usual, but we are anticipating that come September 1, and because of that, we are actually looking for 2 additional staff right now, a project support specialist and another advisor. So if you have anybody that is interested in that or something like that, then definitely come talk to me. But yeah, that's kind of where we are right now, is just eager to ramp up for another 5 years of serving this area. And we just love, you know, partnering with so many of these wonderful services in the room and, you know, on the screen, because we really do rely on your expertise, because we do see a lot of veterans as well. But we also know that we are not the experts in some of these areas of veteran services. So we know enough to know that we need to talk to you guys. And so we are here to really help with some of that exploratory programs and filling out paperwork, but we also know to connect them to all you wonderful people when they need to really get into some of their details with their specific veteran benefits. So we thank you so much for all that wonderful collaboration and support.
Jorge?
Hi, trio as well.
Yeah.
Who sends you the people that come and see you?
So just like anybody or specifically veterans or?
Veterans. For the most part. How do you bring in those veterans?
Yeah, well, we actually work a lot with voc rehab as well. People in the employment industry know that when somebody comes through the door and says, we want education, and it's, not for that, then, or Department of Labor or anything, and they know to send them our way. We work a lot with Veterans Upward Bound here on campus too. So, since they're also kind of that pre-college program, we partner a lot with them. Just a lot of other various community-based organizations. That's generally how we get a lot of our referrals in general, is really just being out and making sure that people know about our resources, so that anybody who mentions an interest in education knows that they can come talk to us to explore their options and just know where to start. That's really what we're here for, is really just making sure that people have their resources. And so if it's not us, we'll get them to somebody, but we can at least be that landing spot for that initial conversation around what to do with going to school.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to you guys because I know we haven't met yet.
Along those lines, I'm going to pull in Mario Pyle, if you're still on the line here, and tell us a little bit about the Veterans Upward Bound program, because that ties in really well with what we're talking about right now.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mario Pyle. I'm the project director for Veterans Upward Bound, and what we do is we serve veterans post-secondary education. We partner up with a tutor to get them the confidence and the skills that they're not using their GI Bill in courses that might not be college credit necessarily per se. And so we have a great staff. I have Anita and Fran. They do a wonderful job. If you know anybody who wants to go to post-secondary education, please send them our way. They can fill out a form on our website. But we don't just necessarily serve Boise State. If they wanted to go to a different college, they could go to CWI or CSI. So we serve veterans from all the way from Twin Falls to Ontario. That's kind of the range that we serve. And so if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And we're always looking to partner and collaborate with anybody.
Okay. I think one of the scariest things about going back to school for anybody is, I didn't do very good in math or English in high school, and you're going to need those skills, or you got to take those classes to begin with. And Veterans Upward Bound does a great job of just getting you ready for school. I think even just taking that fear away. Sometimes I know I've talked to Fran a lot about this, that they don't need your program for very long, maybe even just a couple weeks to get over that fear of, boy, I'm smarter than I thought I was, or this isn't going to be as difficult, or you'll carry through with them the whole time. So
yes, and we do, the tutoring is typically one-on-one, so that they have that feeling of being able to ask those questions that maybe, as Mitzi was saying, maybe they don't feel comfortable. Maybe I think I should know this, but our tutors are great. And so I have some wonderful staff who really take care, and we help answer any questions, and we try to connect them along the process, so that when they're done with us, that they're still connected to veteran services, wherever it is, whether it's housing, more education. So we do a lot of to make sure that there's no break in that, being able to serve and help.
And they can use your program at any step along the way. It doesn't have to be when they're initially going to school. If they're having problems, say, their junior year with something, can they still use your services?
Yes, we can't count them, but please, if they're struggling, yes, we would love to help them.
Okay. I think between all of the services we've talked, get in the screen here, all the services we've talked about so far, there's no reason for a veteran, if they are looking for job skills, education, there is help across the board with everything. So education, accessing those benefits should not be a detriment, at least in Idaho. So, yes. Anybody have any questions for Mario or BSU staff? Mike Duke with BR&E. Yes, Christina.
Do they also serve dependents and spouses?
Mario, do you guys help dependents or spouses, or just
our grant does not allow us to, but we definitely can work on trying to help find tutors for spouses, though.
Okay, sounds great. Yeah, maybe it's only because I work one-on-one with so many in this group, or maybe it's just because we're all Idahoans, but even if a program that's not their function, again, we've got this wide net that we've put out with joining forces, and if you feel comfortable talking to somebody, talk to them. They'll refer you to somebody else if they can't help you and things. And I think we're very fortunate with that network. Okay, we've got two representatives here from Team River Runner. We've got Jim Neal and Christina Fletcher. So if you guys want to tell us a little bit about Team River Runner, for those that don't know about it, and then also what stuff you have coming up.
Well, so I'm with Team River Runner, and what we do is help disabled veterans get back into something to get out of their head with their medical issues, or actually we also have opened up to all veterans, not the disabled veterans. So Team River Runner is a program that lets the veteran get into paddling sports. Now, you don't have to go full out and jump in and go to class 5 rivers and go crazy all like that. If you want to just ease into the program, we have what is called eddy lines, and it allows the veteran to be on a sit on top kayak, and they just flow down a smooth river that's a bubbling brook type thing. So you can get into that. We have inflatable kayaks. So if you're not ready for the hard shell and you're able to flip over in the river and come back up and stay breathing, I'm not one of those guys yet. I'm still in that inflatable kayak. This weekend we have a float down the main branch of the Payette River. We go down the lower branch of the Payette River, go to lots of different other places. This year, I've participated in the Deschutes Regional, and it's all expenses paid trip to go rafting in other rivers. We went down the Deschutes River. I was able to participate in the Western Regional, so we went down and floated in the South Fork of the American River. So, and Team River Runner supports it. The veteran doesn't have to own anything, down to shoes. If we're in the winter time, we provide dry suits, and our local chapter is very supportive. Even for us bigger guys, at one time last winter we didn't have enough of the XXL, and they were able to get a grant to buy that, purchase that information. You have the helmets, have everything you need for that experience. It's a wonderful program. I've been involved with it since 2019, and it's really helped me with my PTSD, and they're very supportive. If you need a little extra help, one of the safety boaters could take you out on Quinn's Pond to get you more comfortable with the boat, and stuff. Now, safety boaters, those are very experienced. Some are veterans, some are just volunteers that are pretty much experts in the paddling sports, and they're always with you. It's a 1-to-1 ratio for safety boaters, so I feel very safe. And actually, during the South Fork, American River, yeah, I thought I was done. I was waving at everybody, and a wave crashed over me, and I was out of the boat.
Oh.
So the safety boaters were there in seconds. I grabbed my boat. At least I grabbed onto my paddle. I didn't let go of that part. And the safety boater, I just grabbed on the back of his kayak. He brought me ashore, and I could get up, and they found my kayak, and I got back and finished up. So, anything else I missed, Christina?
Maybe just the types of veterans we serve. You don't have to be able to walk, you don't have to be able to move at all. We do have support rafts, and we take vision impaired and blind paddlers. We actually, the Boise chapter, train the people that were blind and visually impaired to do the Grand Canyon trip.
Wow.
So any disability you have, you're more than welcome.
We've had several veterans that have up to the knee, up to the hip prosthetics. Veterans that are missing upper body limbs participate, or if you have some type of nerve injury where you just quite can't grab the paddle, we can support that also.
We have quadriplegics and we do, and
We just bring this wheelchair right down to the water, the system getting in the boat, and a safety boater is usually with them all the time.
we also take family members are always welcome, children of a certain age. It's a little bit younger than Flatwater. And first responders and anybody in the community that's disabled, we will take. But with, the coordinator meets with them, I meet with them, some of the other leadership, which I'm going to push Jen into further.
I'm finally getting a lot of jobs here.
Okay, so if you didn't hear Christina, they do have let family members come along on these float trips. Now, you guys have something almost every weekend, don't you? Yeah.
Actually, sometime I had to take a break this weekend because I was going. I had gone 7 weeks without seeing my family members on a Saturday or Sunday. So last week I didn't go on one of the events, so I could actually. My wife had a honey-do list quite long, so yeah, we're very active during it. But we're not only. It's not just. I have a veteran that I've been coaching to get out with us, and she's okay, the summer's ending. Where's my support? We're year-round. If it's middle of winter time, we're in the pool. We have a Crunch Fitness down on State Street has allows us pool time. Oh. So we get the kayaks. Sometimes we have to limit the amount of kayaks that are in the pool because then it's like bumper pool. But at first I started the recreational therapist out of the VA, Kelly Odell. He got me into this thing because I was really struggling, and I started out in the pool. And usually in the pool we have the hard shell kayaks because the water's only 4 feet deep. You don't have to worry about flipping over, and so it's a year-round benefit. It's a nationwide benefit. So if you have a veteran that's in Virginia, they probably have a team member runner. It's actually started in Maryland at Walter Reed to help the veterans coming back from post 9/11 and getting them out of the hospital. So they're not staring at the walls or looking out the window that faces the parking lot. Those are the great rooms at the VA. Mm-hmm. So, and they got them out in Maryland and started working. We're working this summer with the Palo Alto. There's not many rivers there, but they go out in the ocean. Or they run the tide water, so the tide is going out, that's a heck of a force. So there's a lot of aspects about Team River Runner. You can contact bob.tracy.com. What's his Gmail?
You can go to teamriverrunnerboise.org.
Okay, I forget that.
Team River Runner Boise.org, and I'll get that information out and things. But great organization. You don't have to have any water experience. They'll help you out with that, and all levels of ability and family members too. So quickly, Elise Johnson with Caption Call. She joined us last month, and we got the Caldwell Memorial Hall signed up with Caption Call, and it's been very popular. So I'll have her talk about it just here quickly.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, my name is Ellie Johnson, and I work for Caption Call, and I'm the daughter of a veteran, a Marine, and I'm a member of the VFW Hall in New Plymouth, of all places. They're just a great crowd there, and I support activities through their post. And I've been with Caption Call for 6 years, and we provide a way for veterans and any American to use the phone functionally equivalent, if they have hearing loss, to somebody that doesn't have hearing loss by the use of captions. Our sister company, Sorensen, has the video relay service where the phone has a screen where the signing person speaks to the hearing and then signs back to the deaf. And so we use the captioning phone. It's available through a federal fund as a provision of the Americans with Disabilities Act. So there isn't any money exchanged. And the user can, the veteran or anyone can use it as long as they need it, if they demonstrate eligibility through having hearing loss and just struggling any or all of the time on the phone. They can get the phone for the countertop, or they can use the app for an iPad or an Android or their iPhone. And I think that's the nuts and bolts.
And how can they contact you? I'll send out the contact information, but
they can go to, a veteran can log on to captioncall.com/vet and request a phone. And I can be reached through Mitzi, through, email and through my phone number. But the website is just a great way to just go and request that phone.
Okay. Any questions?
Yeah, the phone records the conversation.
Yeah, there are some cool features on the phone, such as being able to save what the caller is saying to the hard of hearing person, as well as the voicemail.
Thank you.
That's great.
And it's Bluetooth capable, so if you're not already pairing your hearing aids, let's say, to the phone you're using, then you could pair your hearing aids to the Bluetooth of the captioning phone, or you can use the speaker phone. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dan Ashley, Boise Vet Center.
Good morning, and thank you for allowing me time to finish my coffee.
Would you come forward just a little bit more? We'll get you on the screen.
Yeah, so my name is Dan. I'm with the Boise Vet Center. First thing I tell people is, first and foremost, I'm a veteran, Army Airborne, and served in Iraq. So I was in OIF-2, December of 03 to March of 05. So got stuck on a long deployment. It wasn't until I came back that I found out about the Vet Center program. The Vet Center program is really centered around peer-to-peer mentoring, helping you readjust back home after you served in the military. It's a great program that's free. We're all about community connecting and camaraderie. And the program reaches out to not only the veteran, but the spouse and the kids should they need assistance with any type of counseling that may impact the veteran's service time. The great thing about the program is we have partnered with many of you agencies that are here, encouraging veterans to get connected with community and to take advantage of alternative therapies. There's a lot of great alternative therapies out there to get veterans out in nature or just activity, aside from coming in and talking about issues that they're struggling with. We do provide various levels of counseling for the veteran, And we've recently had a lot of our services extended to most recently National Guard and reservists who have been called up for civil unrest, humanitarian needs in the nation, as well as our Coast Guard who are dealing with drug interdictions on a regular basis. And so the Vet Center is also a place where veterans can come in and just learn more about what their benefits and services are, and resource development. They want to get connected in the community with different types of agencies. We're a great resource for them. Also, when you call the Vet Center, you're going to get a person on that line. It's not going to go to any menu. A person will be there to answer, to assist you. After hours, it goes to our call center where, once again, you're going to be answered by a person on the line. They're not going to be local, but they're going to send us an email letting us know that you contacted us so that we can reach out to you that following morning. That's a great program because we have that kind of oversight 24/7 where somebody can still talk to you after hours if we're not in the office. Our main number is 208-342-3612. That's the best way to reach us locally. We're at 2424 Bank Drive, just off of Vista Road. And we have a mobile vet center vehicle that we also take into rural communities. I cover most of Idaho, 4 counties in Oregon as well. And it has been on the road lately, just not to all the communities that I'd like to get to just yet, especially with the variant D surge. Had to kind of back off just a little bit, but we will be supporting the Aaron Butler Memorial Run out in Garden Valley this Saturday, and I will have the vehicle out there. So if you attend that, come check out the vehicle and get a tour of it. It's a pretty amazing vehicle with its own satellite and cradle point Wi-Fi system where I can pretty much reach anybody now, no matter where I'm at. The program also is designed to help those that are active duty service members. And so we do some things differently than the VA hospital. As we are a VA, it's just that we're a separate agency and do not report to VA hospitals. But we can work with those that are on active duty service, and they can get counseling from us if they need that now. They do not have to wait to get that DD 214. Oftentimes, we can help them work through issues where they may decide to stay in the military instead of wanting to get out. Our hours are flexible as well, so you can't get in the office by 4:30. We have counselors that are available after hours. We just work that out. We are trying to keep traffic at a minimum of people coming into the vet center currently. So just call us ahead of time. Other than that, wear a mask if you do come in. Trying to think of anything else I missed.
Now, for the vet center, almost all of the veteran programs that we work with through joining forces, you need an honorable discharge. That's not necessarily the case with the vet center.
Right. So any discharge characterization we can handle, and there's no time limit. So if you did have an unfavorable discharge, come see us. We can talk about that. Maybe build a storyline as to what happened and see if there's a possibility of looking at an upgrade on that discharge. Yeah. The VA also does an informal upgrade too, where some people don't realize that where they can sometimes get their medical benefits back, but it will not reflect on like a DD 215 for a change on the DD 214.
Okay.
But it is, like I say, the Vet Center program is free. We do have a couple of public service announcements that are coming out on YouTube that you can now look at about the Vet Center. And so there's going to be more push of getting public service announcement from a national level about the Vet Center. We also went under a new rebranding of the Vet Center. So we have a new logo as well. They're talking about changing the look of the vehicle that I drive around as well, giving it more color. So we'll see.
Hey, the Vet Center, I think, is one of the best programs that we have in the VA system, but here in Boise, Christina Pollux, the director over there, Dan does a great job with outreach, and they're one of the first calls that I make when I have a a veteran in crisis that needs to get in to see somebody immediately, and maybe they don't have their benefits yet, they're not signed up with VA medical and things, but Dan and Christina take good care of them over there. So please reach out to them if necessary, reach out to me, and we'll make that connection. So Jackie Briggs, she's with Courageous Survival, and if you want to tell us a little bit about that.
So my name's Jackie Briggs, and I'm the wife of a Marine Corps veteran, so Semper Fi. And my husband's also been a first responder with the Ada County Sheriff's Office for almost 28 and a half years. So looking forward to retirement next year. Anyway, so we have 2 daughters that are suicide attempt survivors. So we've literally lived Idaho being ranked 50th for mental health and wellness resources. So when we got through our period of crisis, there seemed to be more and more first responders and veterans that were taking their life. And so my passion is to connect first responders, veterans, and their families with mental health and wellness resources. So I got to work on the national level for a while and learn about different resources, put on 2-day mental health and wellness trainings all across the country, but it was keeping me too far away from Idaho and being able to help people here. So last year I refocused and started Courageous Survival. We started as an LLC. We're transitioning to a nonprofit 501c3 now. We have 20-page resource guides that are updated each quarter. We give out 300 to 450 each quarter. You can download them on our website. They're hyperlinked on our website as well. There's resources, everything from crisis lines specific to first responders and veterans, therapists that have been vetted for you guys, because most people, 2 minutes into a session with a counselor, if that counselor is not prepared, they're needing their own counselor. So we want to make sure we've got the right resources, nonprofits that we work for that pay for treatment for first responders or veterans, businesses that we work with, a lot of community groups, our peer support. We have a peer support team as well. We actually have 4 peer support teams. I have 25 on our peer support teams currently, with 2 clinical advisors and 5 main advisors for our organization. We have active first responders, retired first responders, military and veterans, which Christina is a co-lead for, and spouses or significant others. And those peer support teams do a lot of different things, everything from supporting other agencies that don't have peer support, veterans, meeting with veterans. A lot of our retired cops or Marines on our team. Anyway, it's been a great pleasure to get to do that. We meet with between 3 to 10 different first responders, veterans, or their spouses each week. Our home base is Elevate Mind Body Studios, and if you guys have not heard of that, please get a hold of me, because we have the opportunity to do VIP tours down there and get you guys passes for over $300 worth of services that you can try: floating and massage chairs and red light and pain light. On the 11th of every month, they do free service, and our peer support teams are down there. We just had one yesterday, and the vet center mobile is usually there each 11th. Team River Runner volunteers. We have different resource partners. Jeremy Goto with Grand Canyon University was there yesterday as well. So our goal is to really connect people with the resources that they need and the support that they need. We're gearing up for a big 9/11 event where we have everything in the entire facility free. We have resource fairs. So if you're interested in tabling at that, please get a hold of me. We'll be teaching breathwork classes throughout the day and tons of giveaways. We've got some great speakers coming in. Last year, the mayor did an Elevator Everyday Heroes 9/11 day for the day to honor all our heroes. So that was pretty cool. And our peer support team got the privilege of getting to go. All of our veterans and their spouses got to go with Team River Runner in the spring and do an outing with them, jet boating on Hills Canyon and bass fishing, and that was a blast. So thank you guys, they're awesome. So we're really interested in getting to know all the different resources and partners, so that when people reach out to us, we know what type of resources that we can connect them with, and that we know those personally, that they're not just on a list. So
is it Boise, Nampa, Caldwell?
It's actually for the whole state of Idaho. We've branched out. We're partnering with NAMI Idaho, the American Legion, to help establish peer support teams and veteran crisis teams at all 99 posts across the state. We spent a week over in Idaho Falls learning about all the resources there and building relationships with them as well. Idaho Suicide Prevention Hotline, the Department of Health and Welfare gave us a grant, and just a lot of different really awesome collaborations, a lot of people coming together and really working together. We work a lot with the chaplains associations around the state also.
Yeah, I was asking more about the 11th.
Oh, the 11th. Yeah, it's in Nampa. Elevate is in Nampa, which is not that far of a drive. I've heard too many people say, oh, it's in Nampa. But like when I would go do 2-day mental health and wellness trainings all across the country, we'd do conferences in Orlando and Seattle and Houston, and I would spend months ahead looking for resources like Elevate, and there is nothing like Elevate that I could find. I was lucky to find a float center, and one of my veterans actually goes in South Carolina, drives an hour just to float because he said it's his only relief from PTSD and chronic pain. One of our veterans that was a part of this group, he used to have severe PTSD, 2 suicide attempts, major angry, just withdrawn all the time. He went to a program called Save a Warrior, which is free for first responders and veterans. We've had 1,500 warriors go through that, and we only have 4 alumni that have been lost to suicide in 9 years. He went to that, came back, started floating twice a week. He's off all of his medications. He's engaged to be married, going back to school, working full time. He's doing amazing. So these resources can really help.
Hey, thank you, Jackie. We all have our own niche. We're all here to help veterans, but I think that the resources that Jackie has, because she works, she's both a military family and a first responder family, that if you have a veteran that is both of those, she really has the resources to connect those. It doesn't have to be both, but I have found that that really helps. And just on a personal note, I had a family member in crisis, and here I am. I know all of the resources, I know who to call and that sort of thing. And when this happened to someone very close to me, I reached out to Jackie, and she was able to, clear that fog that I was in and get me the resources I needed. And again, it's just that personal touch that all of us have with the different organizations. She could say, hey, contact Bill at this organization. He can help you. He knows your situation, that sort of thing. So really appreciate that. Christy Funk with Higher Heroes. Do you have anything you'd like to share with us?
No, I'll just do a quick introduction because I think this is my first time being here. Hello, everybody on TV land. Christy Funk with Higher Heroes, USA. I'm the Idaho Program Manager. Also the Employment Director for Mission 43. So I'm super excited to be here and help our military, our veterans, and our spouses out with any type of employment services. Obviously, we offer resume writing as well as some career mentorship. And some mock interview training to prepare them for that workforce. So the market is super hot right now when it comes to jobs, as we all know. So if you have that veteran that's kind of struggling, finding that niche, if you will, where they want to be in this world, just have them contact me and we'll try to help them out. Thank you.
Yeah, Mission 43 and Higher Heroes is one of the first places I send people. Just again, that connection with other veterans through Mission 43, and then Higher Heroes does a great job. And if you've gotten the education through BSU, ISU, and then you're ready for the job, or you're working with BR and E, it's just kind of another supplemental thing that you can help with. Now, the great thing about Higher Heroes is not only do you help veterans, but you also help spouses, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And that's something great that Mission 43 has done, is bringing in those spouses, because they realize that the spouses have served also, and they need the assistance just like the veterans do. So this weekend we've got 2 big events going on. The Aaron Butler Purple Heart Run is going to be up in Garden Valley. I'll be up there. I know a lot of other people are going to be up there too. They still have room for entries. So if you just Google Aaron Butler Purple Heart Run, it is going to be a really fun event up there. The other thing going on is the Idaho Veterans Chamber of Commerce is having their first annual golf tournament. And I think that they're close to being maxed out on teams and sponsors, but they still have a few spots left open if you'd like to contact Mindy Anderson with that, and at idahoveterans.org, and reach out to them. It's a great opportunity. They not only are contacting veterans, but they're bringing in the civilian resources from the community. And I think that that'll be an entirely different audience if you want to participate in that, connecting all those resources. So does anybody have any questions here before we sign off, or at home? Jim? Here? Quickly.
Yeah. I'm actually dual hatted. I'm here for the Idaho Veterans Wellness Center. We're located up on 122 Vista Road, just past Kootenai if you're headed towards the freeway. And we do therapy through clay. So right now we're asking the veterans that, and we're veteran spouses, if they're vaccinated, they can come in. We can deal with the mask. We do a lot of work with also medical advocacy. So if you're struggling and you're a Marine and you can't figure out how to talk to the doctor, and they're talking up here and you're talking over here, we can help you go to your medical appointment and kind of interpret what the doctor's saying. We're not there to be the additional medical doctor. The chairman is a licensed psychiatrist. I'm a retired nurse. We help you with your medical advocacy also, or any other kind of, as a avenue to find people, and then we reach out to all the other services that are represented here. So I just want to put that.
Okay, I'll get the information for the Veterans Wellness Center out there too. Gary Randall, you had your hand up. Now I know that you always have a lot to say, so we're right at 9 o'clock, so keep it short.
I'll be brief. I'm Gary Randall. I represent this morning two organizations, Treasure Valley Detachment of the Marine Corps League and the Military Officers Association of America. The Treasure Valley Detachment is planning the local Marine Corps birthday ball this year. We will hold it on November 6th. It used to be C Company, 4th Tank Battalion did that. That, as you probably know, they were deactivated. So we have taken up the responsibility for this year's Marine Corps birthday ball. If you're interested in attending, and I hope that you are, go to our website, easy to find on your browser, Treasure Valley Detachment, Marine Corps League, and easy to navigate website. You'll find what you need to buy a ticket. Tickets are $55 per person. Thank you, Mitzi.
Thank you. And Bob Wheeler, if you want to tell us about the World War II Veteran 100 birthday tomorrow at Eagle Paramount Parks. Bob, are you there?
I'm getting there. Sorry. Nope, there is a World War II veteran, 100-year-old birthday coming up, and it's tomorrow at 12:30, and looking for folks to come out and honor this man. It's Paramount Park in Eagle.
Where is Paramount Park?
It's like 8:15. It's a senior center.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's on North Eagle there as you get into town. I think it's
over by the village, right?
At the village in Eagle.
No, Old Eagle. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha, off the state.
Yeah, so if you look up Paramount Parks, it'll give you the address. I can't pull it up fast enough to give it to you.
Well, that'll be fun to come out 12:30 tomorrow, Eagle Paramount Park, celebrate the 100th birthday of a World War II veteran. So, okay.
I just have a quick question for Mike Hubbard.
Yeah.
Mike, I know that you are with the Veterans Court. Could you possibly send out through joining forces the contacts for Canyon County and Ada County for Veterans Court mentors? Who do we contact? Because I have, like I'll get a call from a veteran that's reaching out, or somebody who's helping a veteran who's been arrested or whatever, and they, it's after hours and I don't know who to call. So who do I connect them with for Ada County and Canyon County? Can you send that out, please?
Are they, well, look, I have to ask a question. So if someone is contacting you, are they already currently in our system as being participants?
See a participant.
Okay, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay, our hands are really tied with that. It's a liability issue. Anyone that is in our program has to be referred to the court by the Veterans Administration. Like Sarah Kearney goes out to the jails and identifies. That's one of the things she does, is identify veterans that are justice involved. And then there's a lengthy process of determining if they're suitable for our program. There's a form that they have to fill out with their defense attorneys. It's like an assessment on where they're actually at, just to get them qualified to come into our organization so that we can start treating them. Some people are not eligible because they're not, they may have one issue that they've got, but it doesn't qualify them for the court. We're basically dealing with a lot of veterans that have become justice involved due to PTSD, drug addictions, alcoholism, things of that nature. So a call, we don't have any assets for someone to call in the middle of the night if there's a problem, unless they're already involved in the program. We really don't have a way to help them with it.
Send out basics about the program and who to contact as your main contact person that they could sign up to see if they're eligible.
Yeah, we'll get that out.
Yeah, okay. I can get the information out, but just to be really quick, a justice involved veteran, if they want to, if they have to have a defense attorney, they have to contact the court system, work through that to get them into the system. Okay, it's kind of a process. The end result is, though, we do get them in, we get them treatment versus incarceration. They still have to pay their fines, their fees, things of that nature to restitution, and just get them back into the community. But like I said, there's no way for us to really help them. But I will get my number out there. Canyon County's a different story. I'm not familiar with how they do things. They do things quite differently than Ada County does. So I don't really even have a contact for you over there. I think Danny Pugmire might still be involved with that. He would be a contact. Missy probably has his contact information. But Missy, feel free to pass out my phone number to anybody that would like it, and I will answer any questions offline. I know you're running out of time. But if there is any way for us to help, we will absolutely do that. It's just there's certain requirements that have to be met first.
Okay. Thank you. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. Next month's meeting will be on September 9th, and it is going to be in Nampa at the Lighthouse Rescue Mission. So we'll see you there. Thanks.